Hey, Relay?
Oh, hey, Annan, what is it?
Well, I was thinking about watching Sora no Boto.
Oh, Sound of the Sky? I know that one.
You do? 'Cause it looks kinda like K-On! With guns. Should I watch it?
Well, how about I tell you about it first? Sound of the Sky takes place in a world that is facing its end. A majority of the planet has turned into an unlivable desert called No Man's Land, and it's only getting worse. In a fight for food, water, and land, the world is overrun with war just to survive. But while that is the setting, it is not the focus of the anime. So let's go over the first episode. A new Helvetian recruit named Kanata Sorami wakes up on a train taking her to the time-heralding bastion in Sais, which is right alongside Helvetia's national border and right next to No Man's Land. The 1121st platoon is stationed there, and they make sure that the national border, Sais, is protected, which again is right next to No Man's Land, the part of the planet where no one lives on because it's unlivable. I keep repeating that because I assume that is the only reason why they let all these teenagers run this platoon all by themselves. Kanata doesn't really mind where she's stationed though. She tells the other soldiers on the train that she joined the army because she wants to be a trumpeter, just like the pretty lady that found her when she got lost as a kid.
But Relay, why doesn't she just go to school and learn how to play the trumpet there?
Because all the schools were destroyed, and also instruments are very rare in this world, so they need them for wars because they need the trumpeters to call signals to each other, or else they'll all die. Wow, this anime is really depressing if I just talk about the setting. Let's continue. When she finally makes it to Sais, she gets caught up in some sort of festival where everybody basically has a water fight and says thank you to each other. Odd. Why they decided to dye the water red, I have no idea. Afterwards, she meets the senior trumpeter of the stronghold she was assigned to, Ryo Kazumiya. When Ryo leaves to go perform an important role in the festival play, Kanata gets lost and almost dies. Like legit, it scared shit out of me. But you know, she plays the trumpet, they find her, it's all good. And then I get my sanity back. After a little bit of adorable character development, Ryo becomes Kanata's trumpeter senpai and it carries on from there.
リオでいい。隊長の方針でな。ここでは階級は抜きだ。
じゃあ、リオ先輩?
The main character, Kanata, is just an absolute darling and I love her. She's a good kid with a compassionate heart, and when an anime can make a character have that and not be completely annoying, that's one of my favorite things ever. Even though she could have technically used more character development. They don't really go into her backstory that much, so you might find it kind of hard to connect with her if you don't relate to her like I do. I relate to her a lot, it's kind of embarrassing. Ryo at first might seem like a generic, confident, I don't need no man stereotype, but she's actually a bit pessimistic. She can get anxious, confused, a little bratty. She doesn't always know how to deal with people, which is why it's adorable when Kanata and the other younger members help her chill out and be happy. Felicia, the captain, seems like just the usual mother figure stereotype at first, but as the anime goes along, it really starts to make sense why she's the captain. You might think Kureha the gunner is your average tsundere, but she really wants to be treated like a real soldier and gain respect from her senpais. She tries so hard to be brave and strong despite being a small child like Kanata, but gets frustrated because she feels like she never gets the chance to prove herself, which is not relatable at all. I'm sensing a theme here. Noelle the mechanic looks like your average stoic character, but she's always overworking herself, trying super hard to repair an old relic weapon. And also, she has one of the best character arcs in the show, and she's my favorite. This anime was produced by A1 Pictures, the same studio that made Sword Art Online, Blue Exorcist, and Fairy Tail, among others, including one of my personal favorite anime, Suritama. The animation isn't the greatest, but, you know, it's fine to look at least for me. The backgrounds really stick out to me, though. Almost everything looks old and worn out, so it really helps illustrate how rough everybody has it in this world. Where this anime really shines for me, though, is the original soundtrack. Sometimes you'll hear acoustic guitars, sometimes flutes and violins, along with some beautiful trumpet music. Even if you never watched the anime, I would strongly suggest looking up the soundtrack. I do have a few problems with it, though. They never exactly explain how Kanata got in the army. At the beginning of the series, the soldiers say that it's rare to see a new recruit since the draft is over, and she replies by saying that she volunteered, but there's never some flashback of her training or taking any sort of tests. I mean, we're talking about a 15-year-old kid that can't even use a gun properly. Why did they let her in the army? Considering the length of the anime and what the plot entails, I guess it's not that important. but it did bother me a little bit. They don't really explain the logistics of this world in detail. I suppose that the anime's intention was to kind of immerse you in the world instead of throwing exposition at your face, but I kind of would have preferred just a bit more exposition, because it's easier for me to get sucked into a story if I really comprehend what's going on and, don't have to constantly ask questions. Questions like, hey, you guys just referenced an important event in your world's history. Can you tell the audience what that is, maybe, please? Can you also explain to me how the hell this 14-year-old orphan got in the army?
No? Okay, that's fine.
Sound of the Sky does not have an English dub, so I will talk about the sub in a little bit of detail. And I just want to say that the voice acting in this anime is wonderful. My favorite performance was probably Hisako Kanemoto as Kanata, who has one of the most adorable voices I have ever heard in my life. But Yu Kobayashi as Ryo was probably the best performance. The animation for Sound of the Sky isn't the highest of quality, so it's the vocal delivery that really sells it a lot of the time.
宿舎の方ですよね。うん。何乗っかってんのよ。え？だって普通にいるでしょ？幽霊って。だからやめろって言ってるでしょうが。ノエル、あんたもあったよ。技術者ならちゃんと自分で科学的に調査してから報告しなさいよ。やだ。なんで？怖いから。何言ってるのよ。幽霊なんかいないってば。いないいないいない絶対いないの。
私もお前と同意見だ。
ですよね。
ああ、幽霊などいない。
いません。
絶対にいない。
絶対の絶対です。よし。
Sound of the Sky is about finding joy even in troubling times. Even in a far-off future where dreams are scarce, Kanata tries to stay positive. Her companions have all been through heartbreaking events, but they still continue to live. They continue to live and learn together, making every moment count. They accept the fact that the big shots in the military don't take them too seriously because they love the people of Sais and are happy to do everything that they can to keep them safe, keep each other safe. Sound of the Sky might not be for everyone, but here's my advice. If you like the first episode, then keep watching. The last episodes are the best part of the anime, so I have a feeling that you will enjoy it if you like the first episode. There are a couple episodes that fall a bit flat, but I enjoyed them regardless, so maybe you will too. It starts off slow, but it builds and builds and builds into a heartfelt and meaningful story. See if you like it, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's Relay. Just wanted to say thank you for watching my video. If you liked this, then like it, and if you liked it a lot, then if you're new, subscribe for more of me. Bye-bye!